One of the most commonplace mistakes that happens in any industry, be it fitness, be it boxing, be it capoeira, be it MMA, combat sports, track, whatever the case is people try to mimic the journey of the previously successful step by step. And what I mean by that is they try to do exactly what that individual did. They try to mimic their technique. And the thing that makes every great athlete great, legendary, is that each of them were individual at some point in time. I'm sure as their journey started, they looked up and found a mentor or found a prior legend or whatever the case may be. However, at some point in time, they had to pull away and be individual. And that's what this video is about. Individuality is your greatest gift. And you'll never ascend to a certain level until you bring forth your individual greatness. So, for example, behind me on the wall, I have a few great boxers, legendary. I have Muhammad Ali. I have Floyd Mayweather Jr. I have Mike Tyson. And I have Roy Jones Jr. So I'll start with the oldest, the eldest, the GOAT, Muhammad Ali. Mike Tyson came behind Muhammad Ali. And all of these boxers are legendary, Hall of Fame boxers, right? So Mike Tyson came behind Muhammad Ali as far as the heavyweight ranks. He did not box like Muhammad Ali. Roy Jones Jr. came behind Mike Tyson. Roy Jones Jr. did not box like Mike Tyson. Floyd Mayweather came behind Roy Jones. He did not box like Roy Jones Jr. So what I'm trying to tell you and what I'm trying to illustrate is don't copy everybody else verbatim. When you remove yourself, you remove your legacy or your ability to become legacy. Anybody from this current moment right now who is trying to mimic Floyd Mayweather Jr., which we all saw the downfall of Adrian Broner, who tried to do it, everybody's going to fail. If you repeat somebody else's patterns to the T, you are going to fail. Each person who achieves legendary status achieves it through their individuality. Nobody can copy anyone else and become a legend and become a great. So that becomes the same factor with you in whatever field you do. Let's take basketball, for example. Dr. J. Michael Jordan didn't play exactly like Dr. J. Did they study each other? As far as Mike studying Dr. J, I'm sure. Kobe Bryant came behind Michael Jordan. Kobe Bryant may have had similarities, but he was not identical. LeBron James is not identical to Kobe Bryant in any way, shape, or fashion. But all of these guys are legends in their own right. Steph Curry is not LeBron James. You have to remain individual. You cannot remove yourself. Even my capoeira master, he was having a conversation with me. And he was like, it's cool to look at some individuals, and look at their journeys and look at the way they move and kick or whatever the case is. So, you take a piece from here and, you might take a piece from here and take a piece from here. However, you will never have style and you will never be a great or good at what you do because you'll be good at what everybody else does. The only way that you'll be good at what you do is if you put your piece in the puzzle. Putting your piece in the puzzle is what you have to do. Individuality is your greatest gift. And in this social media driven society, it's designed for a lot of people to feel less than what they are individually. You look at these pictures of these quote unquote perfect bodies who are hiding all type of secrets from you, from steroids to Winstraw to clenbuterol or whatever the case is. And it's designed to make you feel less of yourself. Unless the individual themselves puts it out there that, hey, you need to be the best version of you that you can be. It might be coming, a bit more apparent now or whatever the case is, or maybe not. However, it's a message that they should put out. This is me. You have to be you. No two people out here in any success plane who may get to a Hall of Fame status or a certain level of greatness has done it by mimicking verbatim the individual before them. Does success leave clues? Absolutely. So training styles may be similar for a lot of boxers. You know, blueprints for a lot of workouts may be the same. However, the individual aspect is the aspect that's going to separate you from everybody else. So there's going to be a pool of people forever who are going to sit there and chase their tail and try to be somebody who already exists. What already exists cannot be you. And I don't say that as a negative thing, but I say that as the most greatest gift that you have is that what already exists can't be you. So you have to find yourself within that equation or outside of that equation because it's already there. So you've got people over here chasing their tail, trying to be something that already exists or someone that already exists, and that need has already been met. You have to bring it an entirely different way. So you can look and be inspired by somebody's journey, be inspired by, maybe the time that they woke up or the time that they input as far as getting to where they gotta or getting to where they've gotten. But you, on the other hand, have to be able to separate yourself from that and add your own flavor to it. For instance, I have maybe about 5 boxers in here. They all learned from me, and they're all currently learning from me. So I teach them all same or similar things. However, none of them box the same. None of them are identical. So when you come in my gym and, you spar or whatnot, what's going to happen is once you spar one of my fighters, you're not going to spar the whole gym. You're going to have to spar a different fighter, and that different fighter is going to have their own individual skill. What happens too often in a lot of boxing gyms is once you spar one guy, you pretty much sparred the whole gym because the coach makes them removes the individual aspect. So every fighter in that gym is the same. They do the same thing. They move the same. It's the same thing in a lot of capoeira schools. I know you see it. I know you see the videos. The individual aspect is removed. Nothing separates these individuals. When what should actually happen is with the coach, when they see a fighter move a certain way or a fighter who has a stronger strength, like one of my fighters, he hits a bit harder. So I train him more as far as being a power fighter or pressure fighter. The other one has good footwork, better footwork. So I train him as far as, creating angles or whatever. The individuality should be embraced both by the coach and by the athlete themselves. Individuality is your greatest gift. What is it about you that makes you so special? And if you don't think that you're special, then you need to sit down, maybe take a breather in the break and find something special within yourself. Find yourself. Individuality is your greatest asset. And that is pretty much your only way to legacy status. You could look at any career out here, comedians. No comedians were the same. They might have had similar scenarios. You've got your Richard Pryor, Paul Mooney, who wrote for Richard Pryor. You've got Eddie Murphy. Then you've got Chris Rock. Then you've got Dave Chappelle. You've got Cat Williams and Kevin Hart. And all of them are different in their own respective way. You have to be different in your own respective way. Look in the mirror and tell yourself, I'm good enough. And not good enough as far as a sense of not having to excel anymore, or move forward anymore. But I am good enough to embrace what it is the Creator gave me. I know that I'll never be anybody else. I know that I'm talking about me personally now. I'm also a music producer, and I used to grow up, or back in the day when I was growing up in this industry, I would mimic, certain producers. That wouldn't get me anywhere because that producer already exists. So if they want that sound, They just go find that producer. It's the same in every industry. So why not sit down with yourself, find out what makes you different, find out what makes you individual, and tap into that. Because like I said, that's your greatest skill. Individuality is your greatest skill. Don't deny it. Embrace it. You are meant to be you. You are meant not to be like anyone else when it comes to building your body up. You know, some people have long muscle bellies. Some people have short muscle bellies. So when they make their bicep muscle, you know, some people got the crown that sits up, right? The rest of us, I have longer muscle bellies. I will never have that. And that's okay. Matter of fact, that's great. I embrace that. You have to embrace what makes you different from everyone else. Don't feel bad about it. Feel great about it. And then you'll actually start enjoying the journey that you're taking in whatever career it may be. Your fitness, your boxing, your kickboxing, your capoeira. Once you start pulling away and saying, hey, it's okay to be me. Matter of fact, being me is the dopest thing I could do out here. What the hell have I been doing my entire life? And this is me coming, you know, to you from experience. You know, I'm 44 years old right now. So I've already done the impressionism in my 20s or whatever the case is. So when you're younger, you don't really have that individual to teach you and to tell you these things or whatever. And it still may be, you know, a bit more, still may be a bit more prone to drive somebody else's direction. Listen, don't do it. Let me help you earlier. Let me save you from a lot of heartbreak and waste of time or whatever. Start embracing your individuality now. Start embracing your individuality now, and you will enjoy your life a lot better, and you will be successful a lot earlier. You know, so I hope this video helps somebody. I hope you feel better about yourself. Those things that you look in the mirror and see that these other fake individuals with made up personalities and, you know, faces full of makeup and BBLs and surgeries and all that stuff. I hope you feel better about yourself. Look in the mirror, find your flaws and embrace them. You know, whatever you consider a flaw, your flaw may be your biggest gift. Embrace it, feel better about yourself. And then you're going to move differently in life. You're going to enjoy life a lot better. So I hope this helps somebody. You know, this is a different message than I, you know, usually give. And I may start giving more of these because, you know, it's really heartfelt. And these are ideologies that, you know, I teach my own personal children, my kids, my son and my daughter, and, you know, my fighters and my capoeiristas. I teach it to my community. So now you're part of my community because hopefully you pressed that subscribe button. So subscribe, notify, all of that stuff. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and embrace your individual. So like, comment, share, subscribe, and embrace your individuality. Might leave that edit in there.